All right. This video is going to kind of be split into 4 parts for you guys. The first one is just kind of basic NORD patch structure. So you guys have a little bit more of an understanding of this machine. And then part 2, we're going to talk about frequency, and that's a little bit more tied to the pad and synth. Part 3 will be about reverb, and then part 4 is kind of like, once you're super comfortable, here's some things that you could change as you play. So part 1, your patches. So the way this NORD is set up is it's kind of in 2 sections for the basic stuff that we use. So section 1 is your piano. So this is your piano volume right here. So you can hear this. As I turn it down, it disappears. Most of the time, this is going to stay all the way up. It's very rare that it doesn't. And then over here is your synth section. This is the pad that kind of sits below your piano sound when you play. Certain songs that have a lot of tracks in them already, I will usually pull the synth down a little bit more because there's already so much going on. It just muddies up the mix. But if it's maybe more of a simple song or a piano-led song, I will pull it up. I usually never go past about 3/4. It just really starts to be overpowering. And that's where frequency will come in later. But so that's your synth section. So I'll let you hear the volume. So this is no synth. This is with about the normal amount. So it just adds that full sound to it. So that's your 2 sections on here. Your patches on a weekend are in this bank right here. So this program knob is where you can scroll through and find different sounds. I've pre-programmed almost all the NORDs to have about 8 to 10 patches of different, I don't have every song in there, but you'll be able to tell well enough what song matches with another. So any kind of those upright promises, goodness of God, songs like that, like this patch is great. Something that has that grand upright in it. And then there's different ones that and just feel free you have the freedom on a weekend to scroll through these and pick which one you think sounds the best with what you're going for. So that's your patches. Transposition. So I've taught some of you guys how to do this, but if you are ever last minute transposing something and you don't feel comfortable trying to relearn it, we do have a transpose button right here. So what you'll always do, so say we're playing in the key of C and we decide that it's going to be an E now. What you'll do is you'll hold this down and you're going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4 semitones. And when you see that red dot, you know that it's on. So now you're still playing in C because that's the way you learned it, but it's an E. Tricky part of this, always make sure you know when it's on or off so you don't accidentally play in the wrong key. But it should auto save what you transposed to last. So I just turn that off and it says off. Now it's back to that +4 semi. Your master volume's over here. On a weekend, that should probably pretty much sit all the way up unless your audio engineer tells you otherwise. So that's part 1 of the NORD. Next part we're going to talk about is frequency. So this is when you want a part of a song to feel a little fuller. And a lot of times when an audio engineer is saying like your pad is too high or your synth is too much, we immediately think, oh, that means volume. And what I want to teach you guys today is that that's not necessarily the case the way this is set up. So let's say we're just playing here and we want the song to kind of grow dynamically and get bigger. What you're going to do is use this wheel over here, which is actually controlling this right here, this channel. It's going to open it up. And so hear how that just made that a lot fuller. This wheel I usually sit at about 1/3 open. And then as a song gets bigger, I'll open it up. Big ending. Feel free to kind of open up that wheel. So that is the case with frequency. So feel free to use that on a weekend and not necessarily pull down your volume.